it. Another day on the WR. Look here. I love the lead stuff. Figure 8 here. See here. Look for anything on the ground. Don't see it. Alright, right there. There we go. Well, good morning, August 13th. After, God, yesterday it was raining cats and dogs. You know, I looked at some clouds when I was coming up the Sink Canyon byway there, and it just looked like a motorcycle club, like WR was painted all over it, or KTM, I don't know, but we got soaked last night. It just dumped and dumped and dumped, but I had video about that. But anyways, took me a good 3 hours to get out of camp this morning. I had to make some adjustments on the GoPro, and I noticed that a lot of my audio was breaking up from previous videos, so I had to tape things down this morning, and I managed to leave the helmet last night. You know, I went and made for a run for the tent. Yeah, things got wet, some electronics got wet, so we'll see what happens with this GoPro here. It had the microphone stuff hooked up, but if it goes south, it's fine. I'm not a real GoPro fan anymore with audio. It's been a lot of chapters trying to make audio work constantly. It just doesn't. So I just taped wires down pretty good with electric tape this morning. And if this camera goes south, I'll be happy to buy a different brand of video camera, like perhaps a Sony or something that's more... A GoPro is really a pain in the ass to try to get audio, do helmet cam, and keep it consistent. At least I've found it that way. It's been a real chapter with all this YouTube and stuff. So anyways, we're just going down 300, the end of it here, before we get out to Highway 28. A lot of side-by-sides on this road, so you got to really watch. Keep it on the right, like they say on the BDR video on the map. Stay the right on this road. It's busy, especially Saturday, but I wanted to get another night of camping in, so I did get some cooking done last night. Some more of the freeze-dried chili and a few cups of coffee. I wanted to do that and run my jet boil. I guess I had more fun doing that than anything at camp, playing around with that thing. So anyways, I got a really good night's sleep. It quit raining. Oh, I don't know, probably 8 o'clock, I'd say. I'd say we had rain from 5 to 8 o'clock. That's how long it rained. So anyways, looking around here, a lot of campsites for your camper. Bring your four-wheeler up here, whatever you want to do, and ride around. You need a Wyoming sticker to be off-road. If you're from Colorado, of course, we can't license ours over there because they don't know how to do a title for a side-by-side or anything like that, like the other states do. So that's about it. I'm just kind of on my way home, but I enjoyed the night. I guess it's always great to get rained on a motorcycle trip, get rained down. It always works. I was kind of looking for that, I guess. So we'll just go on down the road here, guys. Well, we're on Highway 430. We're either going to be going over to Browns Park or we're going to go to Baggs, Wyoming. One of the two, depending on the weather up here. We'll see how it goes. We're now headed for number 4 road in Colorado. We're just cutting over from Rock Springs, Wyoming Took Highway 430 out of Rock Springs, and now we're cutting over to 4 Road to get home. And from there we'll go home from Baggs, cut across the mountain range there, and we should be in Hayden. Out here in the middle, Wyoming and the Colorado border, out here on 4, just checking out the camera here. Looks like some pretty good coyote hunting country out here. Come out here sometime, do some hunting. Not too awful far from some of the places I do hunt out here. Coyote hunting anyways. Yep, flat old plains crap. Long ways on this road to Baggs. Didn't realize that far. Well, we're on Moffett County Road number 1 right now, headed for the home turf. Doing haying down there, looking good. It's a beautiful time of day to be on this road, that's for sure. The Wyoming BDR is pretty good, but you know, these roads I think are just about as good as far as I'm concerned. I like riding these roads. Feels good to be back on the home turf again, even though I'm about 60 miles from the house. Yeah, we're just on County Road 82 now. It's just a beautiful time to be riding the bike. I timed it just right. One of my goals was on the Wyoming BDR ride was to be able to come back the same way I left on these roads. I wanted to, actually was planning on riding them at night, coming home, these roads. I kind of wanted to try that. But I'm running a little early on schedule here today. Well, I would have done it if I didn't camp last night up there at Lewis Lake. Well. Beautiful time of day. So there it is. Another thing I learned too is to check your audio on your GoPro. It can screw up pretty easy on these bumpy rides. There's some days I didn't care to be riding, and other days I liked it. But overall, here on the 7th day of the ride, I made it. Bike is still in one piece, which is good. That's the game thing. I didn't really want to bash up the bike anyways, crash it up. I kind of like to keep my bike in one piece and ride the lighter fare things. But I think the Trans-America Trail will be about right for me. I'll enjoy it. That'll be next summer though, when I'm retired. A lot of critters out right now at this time of day. Well, starting down the Hayden side of the hill. Beautiful country to ride. And this is about it for our 7-day WR 250R motorcycle ride. We did about 1,200 miles on the bike by the time I get home. 7 days out, and it was a good ride. I didn't do the whole Wyoming BDR. I did only parts of it. Main reason is because I wanted to hit points that I wanted to go to. I wanted to go to 10 Sleep. I wanted to ride some of the mountains. And I really didn't see any point in riding the desert much. I just don't see any fun in that. Riding in a bunch of sand and sagebrush all day. And to tell you the truth, it would have taken a lot of my time to do that, and that would have been section 3 and 4. So anyways, I got most of section 1, all of section 2, some of section 5, that was up there around Lewis Lake out of Lander, Wyoming, which we came back to. And then we rode section 6 to 10 Sleep from Shoshone. That was a good ride. I wanted to see the 10 Sleep Brewery, and I wanted to camp out there to see what that's like, just to do that. But, you know, it's just what I wanted. That's my goal, and if I would have rode the other sections, I wouldn't have got up there in time. And only had a week to ride, so I'd call it a hybrid BDR is what it is. And there's no rules in the game that you got to ride the whole BDR. I don't think anybody, maybe some do, but I think there's a lot that skip a section or two to do what they want to do. Time constraints. So I did see a lot of KTMs out there. Probably 9 KTMs to every GS. I only saw 2 WRs out on the ride. That was it. Nothing any smaller than that. But that's probably the slowest one out there. But I didn't have any wrecks, and I wasn't on a race or anything like that. And there's a lot of people just punching time, trying to make their 5-day run or whatever. Well, folks, I'm coming to the end of my Wyoming BDR Hybrid 2022 series of riding with the WR 250 this summer. I certainly want to thank you guys for following along with me here on the series. I very much enjoyed this ride, as with the other rides that I've been out on. After sitting around at the house for a while, I really can't wait till spring to get out on my next trip. Seems like I am enjoying these trips more and more all the time. My opinions might change while I'm out on the ride, and a lot of that's just due to the stress and just plain being tired each day. But overall, I am ready to go riding again. Certainly I'm disappointed that I didn't get more video out on section 7 when I was coming down to the town of Hyattville. I wish I would have shot film for that. But as I get more video experience, I am realizing that for next year, I will be shooting more video in the rougher areas of my rides. I'm also looking forward to just having better cinematography around the bike and camp. Here in the last year, I've really been working quite a bit on improving my audio, and I think that has been accomplished to the most part. One thing that comes into factor here with creating videos is the amount of time that it takes to do it versus the amount of time you have for vacation and getting back to work. This is a big issue. On my next trip on the Wyoming BDR, which will be the summer of 2023, I hope if I'm not on the Trans-America Trail, I'm looking to ride sections 3 and 4. The Wyoming BDR itself is not far from the house, so I'm looking forward to getting back up there again, and I might just bring company along with me, and we'll go ride. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Shirley Basin once again.